So today I felt the inspiration to share some more realizations with you guys. Hare Krishna, everyone. So to this point in my life, I've been part of Krishna consciousness or Gaudiya Vaishnavism for about 3 years. However, I haven't felt the spirit of devotional service until just recently. So for this reason, it is my understanding that you do not have to have the spirit of devotional service in order to receive realizations. Realizations are a part of Jnana Yoga, or the practice of knowledge. And if you've read the Bhagavad Gita, you know that if you practice Bhakti Yoga, then Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga are automatically included. So therefore, this is why people who are practicing only Bhakti Yoga are still receiving realizations. So this is a very interesting realization in and of itself. Another realization I had just this morning. We were coming out of the house and getting into the car this morning, me, my wife, and my kids. And my wife mentions to me, this place has really gone downhill. It's really ghetto. So I went back into the house to grab my bead bag because I'd forgotten it. While I was in there, I had the realization, and I came back out to share it with my wife, who is not a practicing Krishna devotee, but who might be in the future. And that realization is that all of human society is going downhill, is in the gutter, is ghetto, because they are without Krishna. Anytime you have a gathering of human beings and they are not focusing on Krishna, it is only going to go downhill. Another realization that I've also had since I got this bag is just how much the peacock feather represents Krishna and devotional service. So, as you can see in the middle, in the direct middle, you have blue, which is the person Krishna himself. Around the outside of that, you have a darker blue, which turns red. This represents Krishna in his original form, without the Brahma Jyoti shining on him, falling in love with, and if you look, there's the lightest hint of gold surrounding that red. And that's Radharani, okay? So, right outside of that light gold ring, you have a lighter blue. And this represents Krishna coming to our planet and him being directly in the light of the Brahma Jyoti, which is Radharani's light shining on him. So then outside of that, you have another ring of gold. And that's because when Krishna was on Earth, he fell in love with Radharani once again. And because of that, on the outside you have this teal color or green. And that represents us, the Jivas, because with their love together, they create Kamadevas, or his intimate associates, the devotees. Another way you can look at it is that the light blue ring and the bigger gold ring on the outside of that are representative of Chaitanya. And also the dark blue on the very inside of that is Krishna within the Paramatma of Lord Sri Chaitanya. And on the outside of Lord Sri Chaitanya, you have the Jivas, which as a whole represent Krishna. So you have Krishna on the inside and the outside. I hope you guys can understand that clearly. I hope I was able to relay that realization with you, because this is the kind of realizations that I've had in the past, based on messages that are sent to our senses by Krishna, even to those people who are absorbed into material Maya. Other realizations I've had in the past include the number system and what the numbers actually mean. So, the number 1, well, let's start with 0. 0 is Radharani, and that's because she likes to hide. She is the hidden one. She's hidden in the scriptures. And like with 0, Radharani isn't really considered. 0 isn't considered as a number. Radharani isn't considered as the backbone of all creation. And then you have the number 1, of course, which represents Krishna. And then you have the number 2, which is Radharani and Krishna together. And then you have 3, which is Radharani and Krishna along with the Jivas. And then on like this. I could go through the entire number system, but I might put this in its own video. And one final realization that I've had is that Krishna appears in his deity form here on Earth as a still, as in he keeps still, Murti. Because what he wants his devotees to focus on is his form, and not what originates from his form. The form is the base, that is Krishna himself. His actions, pastimes, and activities are infinite and expand from the form. But the form is what is most important, and that is what needs to be meditated on. That's what needs to be concentrated upon. That's what needs to be worshipped, is the physical, or transcendental, rather, form of Krishna, the Vigraha. Without the Vigraha, this entire thing falls apart, and it just falls into basically Buddhism, because Buddhism also has Satchitananda, but what they don't have is form. Here's another one. Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? Why is the sky black at night? So, when the light of the sun shines upon Krishna, or our atmosphere rather, when the light of the sun shines upon our atmosphere, it turns it from black to blue. So you have a black sky at night and a blue sky during the day. You have the golden light of Radharani shining down on Krishna, and because of that love, he turns blue as an incarnation. But that light also penetrates him when Krishna came as Chaitanya, displaying those golden rays of Radharani's love. And because of that, that makes green life grow, which are the jivas, which are his children, the kamadevas. So those are just realizations that I decided to share with you today. Hopefully, by the blessing of Guru, I have been able to help and enliven you all and strengthen your devotion. Thank you for your time. Hare Krishna.